I am shaking.
That does impact your position. Today is going to be your last day.
I've loved my time here and I'm very thankful for it, so I appreciate it.
Layoffs in 2025 and why they're going to continue to happen in the future due to economic uncertainty. We're going to talk about some TikToks and some articles referring to this very topic here today. Let's start off with this first video about a recent layoff.
Can you say fucked? We're fucked. We are so fucked, and I'm terrified because not only am I not working, but neither is my husband, and we have to renew our mortgage, and I have to renew that mortgage before they find out that I am not working. Here in Ontario, Canada, well, in Canada in general, we get EI insurance, which is employment insurance, which means that the government pays a small portion of your pay, essentially, if you've been laid off. Small portion. Not enough to cover my monthly expenses. And I'm going to have to use the insurance that I pay for on my mortgage to pay my mortgage, which is amazing. And I'm happy we have it. And I have used it once before. But the bank can't know that I'm getting paid through EI or that I'm using my insurance to pay the mortgage, which means it's a run of the clock because I have to make sure that I can renew it before that happens. And the interest rates are fucking crazy high. What do I do?
Yeah, you do not want to risk losing your house. You need to be searching for a job immediately. That's definitely one of the most important assets out there is your property. And if you lose your job and you have an upcoming renewal, and this is something here in Canada, I don't know if you get it in the States. In the States, I think you get lifetime mortgage where you basically have the same interest rate for the entirety of the house payments. But in Canada, interest rates will fluctuate. And also we have a renewal period of 5 years usually for every mortgage. So that is pretty frustrating for some people, especially with volatile interest rates.
Well, not how I wanted to start my 2025. I was just laid off. This is actually the first time I've ever been laid off, so I don't really know what to even do or how to process anything. I just dropped off my laptop. It sucks the most because I seriously was only at this company for 2 months. I literally got this job in October and loved every single second of it. Unfortunately, the company was acquired and a lot of us were let go. Nothing you can do about it, but it definitely sucks. I have no idea what I want to do. I don't know if I want to even keep working for a company or what. I got my real estate license back in early October. I'm like, maybe I should just pursue that. But I also really liked the idea of having like a stable income with a job. I'm also getting married this year and have lots of expenses. So yeah, I still know it's going to be a great year. Like, I'm truly trying to be positive. I know everything happens for a reason, but yeah, I guess we'll see what happens.
And if you have an expense coming up like a wedding, that can really be anxiety inducing if you just lost your job. We talked about it before in other videos, how weddings are kind of almost scams if you think about how much money you put into that for like just one day of fun, when really you could just sign a paper. Now I know that's not romantic, but it's definitely something to consider if you're trying to be financially stable. US companies announced layoffs to cut costs. The Labor Department's Job Openings and Labor Turnover Survey, or JOLTS report from early February showed vacancies were down by 1.3 million over the year at the end of December, while remaining above 2019 average, suggesting that the labor market was slowing down, but not abruptly. Now, it is slowing down and there is a lot of jobs to be had technically, although the amount of interest in these jobs and the amount of people who are flooding to apply to them is kind of ridiculous. In fact, a lot of people have capitalized on this, a lot of scammers, and they're making fake job postings where they can get your information. That is something as well on Indeed and other platforms. I've talked about it as well in another video, so go check that one out. 2025 layoffs, list of companies cutting jobs this year. We have companies like Starbucks, Blue Origin, Chevron, JP Morgan Chase. That's a huge bank as well, so that is alarming to see that. Think about how the amount of jobs and how many people are going to be affected by that. We also have Kohl's, we have Southwest Airlines, and even CNN. Yes, the news company has also announced massive layoffs, and this is not even just including all of the government jobs that have positions removed as well due to Doge removing a lot of jobs there as well. Whether you agree with that or not, regardless, it's definitely going to lead to a lot more unemployment.
The greatest news, but the head of Bank of Canada just issued a warning that if the tariffs happen, there will be no bounce back. The Canadian economy will be damaged permanently. The Bank of Canada did some rough estimates, and they said that Trump's tariffs would cut investments in the economy by 12% and Canadian exports by 8.5% in the first year alone. This is not good for the Canadian economy. What will also happen is our dollar will continue to decline. And even though those tariffs are put in place, some of the damage that's done to our economy will be slightly offset because of our dollar going down even further. What I urge all Canadians to do is to diversify. Diversify your investments. If you have cash in your bank account, that cash, and I'm talking about, a larger sum of money, let's say $15,000 plus, and those are your savings. You don't invest in anything at all. You just like to have cash. Every year you do that, the purchasing power of that cash that you have in the bank account just diminishes. It gets eaten up by inflation. It gets eaten up by a devalued dollar. And what you need to do is you need to diversify in different investments that give you a return, including looking at ETFs. And I hate to say it, but while also investing in the US stock market. By definition, a lot of those products are inflationary proof. And this is literally what happened back in 2021 when the US pumped trillions of dollars into the economy to kickstart it again. All the indices went up. So my friends, even though you may not think this is going to directly affect you and your business, it's going to affect you.
And this isn't financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but that is something that I've been doing personally. I usually put a lot of money aside to put into high dividend yield ETFs that actually pay me to own it. That is what I consider to be an investment. So if you're getting paid to own something, then that would be a stable investment where you're getting paid out quarterly. And honestly, I think it's probably better than putting your money in a savings account. Even some of the GICs I've seen here in Canada now, like the highest ones are like around 6%, which is, not bad, but still nothing compared to some of the returns you'll get just by putting your money in the stock market.
2025, I'm going to need a refund because this year sucks already. I just got laid off for basically the second time back to back. If you didn't know, I worked at Twitter and I got laid off when Elon Musk acquired the company. Since then, I've been working at a content strategy agency type place as a director of strategy, and I just got laid off yesterday. It's surreal because I definitely didn't want to go through another layoff. Being laid off the first time was one of the most traumatic events that have ever happened to me, especially because it happened so publicly. This time was obviously a little bit different, but the company lost some clients, and now here I am without a job.
And a lot of tech companies have been announcing layoffs over the last few years, so it's no surprise to see another person lose their job in that field as well. Losing a job at Twitter, that was something that happened a few years ago, but to lose your job again within just a few years is definitely traumatizing.
Oh, I think I'm being laid off from my job today. If you couldn't tell by my appearance, I have been crying all morning. I haven't even had my meeting yet. But I got a calendar meeting today from someone I've never spoken to at the company, and
that's happened to me before, and you just know you're getting laid off when that happens.
A bunch of other people did too. So I am recording this because I feel like a lot of people can probably find comfort in knowing they're not alone. So we will see. Maybe it'll be something positive. Maybe I'm not getting laid off, but I am shaking.
That does impact your position. Today is going to be your last day.
I've loved my time here and I'm very thankful for it, so I appreciate it. I did not think that that would be my last day. My laptop's not even working anymore for me to save things.
It's definitely an anxiety-inducing feeling. I know when I had something like this happen, I didn't even have anything scheduled that said that I had a meeting. I just had a call from Microsoft Teams, and I was like, okay, you're someone who I never talked to, so let's see what's going on here. And then next thing you know, you get laid off, similar to what happened here. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoy or learn something from this video. Leave your thoughts about it down below in the comment section, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.